Well, Doris, we got a clash at the 5 spot here tonight. Can't wait to see these centers go at it.
BA, there was once a point in history where we were talking about is the 5-man phased out of the game, and all of a sudden now you have several MVPs who occupy the position. It is unequivocally going to be a special matchup tonight.
So the Houston starting 5. Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Thompson out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the center, locking down the middle. Pass to Brooks. The 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Williams passes to Holmgren. Dort with it. Holmgren with a screen on Green. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 to shoot. And there's the rejection. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Şengün. About a minute played here so far in the first. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Houston has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too. And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is, too.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I briefly spoke with Oklahoma City's head coach. We talked about how Alperen Şengün can act as a facilitator. Coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game, and if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt about it, they're aware. He is the engine of this offense.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And stolen by Holmgren. Pass to Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Hey, I don't care what he lacks in height. You have to box him out. He's got a nose for the ball, and he's fearless pounding the glass.
Now here's Van Vliet. Fires from the wing. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Van Vliet's got 5.
I mean, a smart shooter. I like watching Van Vliet measure the defense and stick them with the J.
And here we go. The Rockets in transition. Great open look there.
And it's energy like that on both ends of the floor that's got them out ahead.
Pass to Hartenstein. Over Şengün. And it's Hartenstein. That time on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander.
How about the assist coming off the deck? What a pretty bounce pass.
Throws it up high. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Oh, Amen Thompson. Incredible verticality.
And Gilgeous-Alexander gets the 3. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket of the game.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
3-pointer, Van Vliet. Hartenstein pulls it in.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question, he altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Houston in the lead. The 3 from Thompson. They get the rebound. Van Vliet outside. Outside for Brooks. There's the 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly touted guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was, BA, and he has lived up to the billing. At that size, to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor.
Now here's Hartenstein. Shoots over Şengün. And Hartenstein gets it to go. And so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for the Rockets. 3-pointer. And it doesn't fall for him. Made 2, missed 2 now. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Pass to Williams. Back to Dort. And he lobs it up top. And stolen by Green. Van Vliet with it. Now guarded by Holmgren. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Now just show off that basketball IQ, Mr. Fred Van Vliet. Pretty pass, sir.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Up top, Holmgren. Defended by Thompson. Dort finds Hartenstein. Three-pointer off the mark. Now Van Vliet. He's got 5. Jacks up a 3. Can't hit that one. Amen Thompson. He is feeling it tonight, and he's been the driving force for the Rocket. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Rockets.
Well, it's all fast break points. Those easy buckets, they're so hard to come by in the NBA. So if you get a chance to run, you have to take advantage of it.
And they've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
They've got Williams. Alex Caruso is out there with Isaiah Joe. Then it's Chet Holmgren, and it's Wiggins in at small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
I see him.
Caruso against Holiday. Wiggins passes to Joe. Takes the 3. Pass to Holmgren. It's hauled in by Houston.
All alone from mid-range. You gotta think he's kicking himself.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC in just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed?
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Joe with the ball, guarded now by Holiday. Caruso misses. The Rockets lead by 7. And here's Adams. No made baskets yet. Smith no good.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Ryan, Jabari Smith Jr. is making some serious strides, and Coach Ime Udoka praised him and said his all-around game, his confidence, great defensive versatility. He's starting to handle and make plays for others. Shooting is a huge asset for him, but we want him to post up and find his mid-range shots as well, where he can rise up over guys. Ryan?
He is certainly one to watch, Allie. Thank you.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Holiday passes to Smith. And here's Adams. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Williams has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Holmgren. From downtown, Adams grabs the miss. Adams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. The Rockets with another miss. Caruso against Holiday. The kick out to Wiggins. Here's the 3. Adams grabs the miss. Adams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Stolen by Caruso. Tipped. And the foul called on Chet Holmgren. That's his first foul.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And the Thunder making a change here. Williams is checked in. And a change for the Rockets. Green's checked in for Adams. And it's Green missing.
Well, you gotta miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
It's Williams, high post. A big finish right there.
He destroyed the rim. Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. Outside Eason, back to Green, and stolen by Williams. In transition, here they come. Here's Caruso. It's hauled in by Houston. The 3, Smith. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? No, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
So for Oklahoma City, Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Lou Dort comes in for Joe. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Caruso.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wow, what a quick release from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What a pretty pull-up.
Van Vliet with it, and it's Dort picking him up. And Şengün throw it down.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. That won't go. 3 for 6 in this one. And so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for the Rockets. It's a 3-point game. And Şengün throw it down.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass.
And it didn't fall, but still a great look.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Rockets.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
Houston leading by 5. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Fires from way outside. Hartenstein pulls it in.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Chalk up 2 there. And so it looks like it'll be Houston's ball.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Rockets ahead, up by 3. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Get ready for the fan half-court shot.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Well, you gotta like what we're seeing from Amin Thompson.
He's been on a tear so far, throwing down some vicious dunks. I was a little worried for the rim in the first half.
His power is unbelievable, an intimidating force when he's at his best.
So the Houston 5 right now. Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Amin Thompson out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Van Vliet in at the point.
You love how fast Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets into that shooting motion. As soon as it touches his hands, it is ready to go.
Van Vliet up top. Pass to Thompson. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
And so the ball out of bounds. Gilgeous-Alexander tucks it last.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Pass to Hartenstein. Back to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Hartenstein. The jump hook. It's rebounded by Şengün. Rockets trail by 3. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by. And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Şengün with a steal. And he lobs it up. And the slam dunk by Thompson. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Şengün against Hartenstein. Shoots over Şengün. And good as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. For Houston, they've gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. And they call an illegal screen here.
Boy, not on the same page there. And their possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Caruso comes in for Williams.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a thirsty scorer, and if you concede the mid-range, he'll take it.
And Doris, no doubt about it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle, he can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Rockets showing improvement. Head coach Ime Udoka said, quote, when you rely on your young guys, you're constantly trying to instill habits that'll carry them for the rest of their careers. It's mistakes and tendencies you have to try to break continually. Just staying positive. We see glimpses of how close we can be.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. The Rockets have gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. Out of bounds, it'll be Oklahoma City's ball. For the Thunder, Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. And Isaiah Joe subbed in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Houston making a change here. Caruso against Holiday. Here's Joe. The Thunder with another miss. Houston has gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the third quarter. That puts them in the lead. Whitmore's got 6.
Too much space on the perimeter. There needs to be a little more energy from the defense.
Pass to Joe. Takes a 3. Connects from downtown. And the Thunder lead by 2.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Green for 3. Nails it from 3. Green's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. 6 lead changes in a game that has a lot of character.
Yeah, both sides stepping up and making big plays.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Here's Wiggins. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Green for 3. Another miss by Green. And it's Dort with the ball for the Thunder. They lead by 1. Williams from long range. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. High post Green. Here's Whitmore outside. The shot, no good. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for the Oklahoma. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Alex Caruso is out there with Jalen Williams. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Joe in at the 2-guard spot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. And the Thunder shooting 41% in this game. The kick out to Williams. From behind the arc. Range the triple. And the Thunder lead by 1.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Van Vliet uses the glass on the layup. Van Vliet's got 5 points now this quarter. Coming down the stretch, it's still anyone's game.
Incredible effort and energy on both sides. These guys must be gassed.
Here's Joe. Top of the key jumper, no good. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Stolen by Caruso. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso, right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Left side, Joe. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Joe. And a change for the Rockets. Brooks, he's checked in for Eason. Şengün against Hartenstein. A deep three. Şengün, no good. The Thunder have gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. Caruso with it. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Screen by Holmgren. Back to Caruso. The kick out to Williams. The Thunder with another miss. Houston has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Pass to Thompson. Fires from deep. Good. And Van Vliet gets the assist.
A confident shot from Amen. I mean, when he trusts his J, Thompson is that much more difficult to check.
And here's Caruso outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. The Rockets have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Brooks outside. Over Williams. And again, it's Houston.
And this team is counting on Brooks in big-time moments. And guess what? Dillon delivers.
Williams' shot is good.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
Caruso against Van Vliet. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to be on Alex Caruso.
I mean, you have to love the intensity Van Vliet plays with in these situations. He's always ready to meet a challenge.
Lou Dort, he's checked in for Caruso.
He knows just how important these shots are, and he makes them count.
There is no moment too big, no pressure too heavy for Mr. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. The delivery is on time.
And he lobs it up to the rim. And stolen by Holmgren. Williams into the lane. And Williams punches it home.
Williams is like a vibe. I mean, this guy gets it. He knows they need points there, and he takes it upon himself to deliver.
Here's Van Vliet. Ooh, some solid defense from Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City's gotten 4 of 7 three-pointers to fall in the fourth. Oh, Brooks with the steal. They've got numbers. And here's Thompson for 3. Houston with another miss. For Oklahoma City, they've got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hartenstein. Over Şengün. And there's another one for the Thunder. And Van Vliet has got the ball here for the Rockets. And he's going for the oop here. Pass to Hartenstein. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside for Dort. And here is Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Guarded by Van Vliet. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Hartenstein. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
And looking for a quick bucket here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. And Şengün throw it down.
Well, Fred Van Vliet is the prototypical floor general, and he just puts that pass exactly where it needs to be.
Green against Dort. Brooks outside. Fires for 3. He's off from 3. And so the big win by Oklahoma City in a tight game. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win.
looking at this game tonight, both of these teams certainly get after it on the defensive end.
Well, I'm touching your suit here, Kevin, and it looks like you got shoulder pads in there. You're going to need that. This game's going to be a grinder. It's going to be physical. These guys are going to bump each other around, and they play hard-nosed defense. So I would expect this game to not rise up in terms of the scoring column, and we'll see who's tougher tonight.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the 1. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Offensive rebound. And got hung up on the dunk. Not quite enough elevation there, I guess. Gobert with a screen for Randle. Launches a 3. Gobert down low. He's against Hartenstein. Gobert, no good. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Dort with the ball. Out defended by Randle. Pass to Hartenstein. Over Gobert. Hartenstein against Gobert. And that one is good from Hartenstein.
Second chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and that was some serious effort there.
Now here's Randle. Shoots over Holmgren, and the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
Doubled by Conley. Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Good on the three-point shot. Hartenstein's got 5.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Randle no good. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. The overall game of Julius Randle is impressive. He's gritty. He is in there giving it, Brent, his everything.
Yeah, Kevin, you think about that year where he averaged 24, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. I mean, the only other guys that did that were Will Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Larry Bird, Russell Westbrook, Jokic, Giannis. All of those guys won MVPs. That's a heck of a list.
Edwards against Dort. Off the run. The Thunder pull it in. Hartenstein's got his 5th rebound in this one. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
Here's Gobert. The Thunder making the shot. Buries it down low.
Yeah, this is where you want Gobert to have the ball.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Took him no time at all on that one.
You remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, "We've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift into a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup." Kevin?
DA, the versatility. That is pretty special. And here is Conley after Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer. 6 on the shot clock. Conley's shot is off. The Thunder leading by 4. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. 44 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
McDaniels against Williams. McDaniels dishes to Conley. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And then for Minnesota, Reed comes in for Rudy Gobert. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Good on the shot. Edwards got 5.
and getting aggressive and creative. Edwards finding ways to create space on the floor.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Clearly a foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And taking a look back at his performance at the line a year ago, rock solid 79%. And something to like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the D gets set.
Now Reed can't tie it up as that one misses. That shot no good. And so it's Isaiah Hartenstein making things happen for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
They've got Aaron Wiggins, Alex Caruso out there with Isaiah Joe. Then there's Holmgren. And it's Williams at the center, locking down the middle. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Three-pointer, Randall. They grabbed their own miss. Here's Reed, back to Clark, and stolen by Wiggins. Picked off in midair. Puts up a deep three. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from DiVincenzo.
Is DiVincenzo playing with a scuba tank out there? The 3 was deep.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Timberwolves trail by 3. And the wide-open shot from Reed. And another 3 for Minnesota.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Caruso kicks to Wiggins. Pass to Joe. Fires from deep. The Thunder with another miss. Minnesota's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Picked by Reed. Clark for 3. And another 3 for Minnesota.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Pass to Joe. Now Caruso. Holmgren sets the screen for Caruso. It's good from long range. Caruso's got it all tied up now for Oklahoma City.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made bucks.
And they will call over the back on the play.
I'm not sure what he thought he could get away with there. Pretty clear over the back.
Nothing wrong with being physical, but that's just over the top.
Williams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Gobert, he's checked in for Minnesota. DiVincenzo passes to Reed. Here's Alexander Walker. Releases. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Williams in the post, defended by Gobert. Oh, he misses the dunk. Three-pointer. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Reed. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Williams inside. He's against Clark. Shot's good by Williams. 1:07 left here in the second. Reed against Wiggins. Lets it go from deep. Reed misses. The Thunder leading by 3. Wiggins drives in. Makes it off the glass.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got 6 in the quarter.
And sometimes the simplest play is the best one. DiVincenzo made it.
Joe can't get it to go. Minnesota's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. Clark finds Gobert. Reed with it. For the 3. Clark outside. From outside the arc. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts. Here's Caruso. He's got 9. Pass to Joe. Back to Caruso. Lets it go with the 3. Drills it from outside. Caruso's got 12 in the game. A big-time effort for Alex Caruso, providing a lot of energy for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Alex Caruso with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
On the court for Minnesota, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Jaden McDaniels is out there with Randall, and it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. Conley sets a screen for Randall. A three-pointer off the mark.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They've built from within. They've built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
Poke loose. Pushing it up.
Gilgeous-Alexander's nothing if not a creator. He can make that pass in his sleep.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for Minnesota. 8-point game. Randall no good. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Conley picks him up.
And I don't care what his size is, you cannot forget to box him out. He's just got a nose for the ball, and he is fearless in attacking the glass.
A nice shot by McDaniels.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game. Pulling in the right direction. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. Hartenstein up top. 9 points in the game so far. Timberwolves trail by 4. Edwards fires from way outside. Offensive rebound. Gobert against Williams. Second shot opportunity, and it's finished off inside by Gobert. Gobert's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
The wide open look here for Hartenstein. That one's off, still out of sync. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Edwards, no good. And for the Thunder, they're shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota had, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Wiggins is checked in for Oklahoma City. Alex Caruso comes in for Jalen Williams. Here's Reed. Another miss by Minnesota. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Here's Hartenstein, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Hartenstein's got 12 in the game. Reed with a screen for Dillingham. Over to the wing. Here we go, one-on-one. Caruso, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Dillingham, and it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Lets it fly. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by DiVincenzo.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Williams is checked in, and a change for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. Caruso, no good. Timberwolves trail by 5. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Lets the 3 fly. Dillingham, no good. Oklahoma City's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Williams kicks to Caruso. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. And we've reached the end of the third. Thunder lead by 5. And for 2K Sports, and it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Dort and Williams up in the forward positions. Isaiah Joe is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Williams at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Joe. From deep. Reed with the rebound. And Randall has got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 2. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer. The Thunder with another miss. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Randall a screen on Dort. And the wide-open shot from DiVincenzo gets the three-pointer to fall.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's Reed. His three-pointers off the mark. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Williams, that's good.
Well, Gilgeous-Alexander with that height at his position allows him to do so many things other guys really pretty much dream of.
Here's Alexander Walker, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
Takes a three. Thunder with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Dort kicks to Williams. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Randall grabs the board.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Reed misses. The Thunder with the lead. Floats it up for Williams. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession. A different look for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein comes in for Williams. And it's Chet Holmgren in for Isaiah Joe. And then for Minnesota, Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Edwards comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's Mike Conley in for Dillingham.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Shot clock at 5. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Dort. Puts up a deep three. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Minnesota's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Holmgren against Randall. Over Holmgren. Out to Conley. There's the triple. Williams with the block. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. And the Thunder lead by 3. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Thunder?
And they've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
Well, another thing that has really stood out is just their effort defensively. Active hands, jumping the passing lanes, racking up steals. That's been impressive.
Timberwolves are gone. 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Pass to Conley. From downtown, gets the 3 to fall.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Williams with the ball. Conley picks him up. Gilgeous-Alexander against Edwards. For 3, Holmgren, good. And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer.
Oh, staying cool in a clutch moment. Holmgren not letting his inexperience get the best of him.
Gobert with a screen for Edwards. Over Williams. It falls.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren from the arc. Count it! And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
And they've got enough time left to get a good look. It's got to be quick, but it doesn't have to be a heave. You can still catch, turn, and shoot. They've got...
expect a bruising battle between these two, Grant.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Conley and Ant over 1 and the 2. Jaden McDaniels out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Edwards can't hit.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Van Vliet misses. And here's Randle. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Pass to Gobert. Now here's Conley. Stolen by Van Vliet. It's a one-on-one situation. Hits the trifecta.
The blinding speed of Green really turns on the Jets in transition. It's impressive to watch.
Now Edwards for 3. Rebound by Van Vliet. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning. That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Inside, here's Şengün. Back to Van Vliet. Thompson, a screen on Conley. Van Vliet, the pass to Thompson. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Van Vliet. Over Edwards. Van Vliet misses. For Minnesota, they've gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. The Rockets have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Down low. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And he's going for the lob. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. Pass to Randle. From deep. Minnesota again missing.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Houston has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Van Vliet, the pass to Thompson. 3-pointer, no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Ime Udoka.
He was emphatic, saying that Edwards was their main concern, telling me Anthony poses problems on both sides of the ball, and he is relentless. He doesn't let up. He wants his guys to match Edwards' energy.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
And he's much more comfortable shooting off a pass. Brooks with a nice shot.
Shot is good by Edwards. 1:56 left to play in the first. You know, it's hard to understate the value Van Vliet brings to this team, Richard.
When you look back at Toronto's championship in 2019, he made some huge plays. When the moment got big, he came through and came out on top.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go. The Rockets in transition. Offensive board. Pass to Van Vliet. That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. Houston making some changes. Smith, he's checked in for Şengün. Eason comes in for Brooks. And Holiday subbed in for Van Vliet. Reed's checked in for Minnesota. DiVincenzo comes in for Conley. For 3, Randle. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. To the inside. Stolen by Reed. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Minnesota shooting their first free throw of the game. Houston making some changes. Adams comes in for Thompson. And it's Cam Whitmore in for Green. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. He nails it. And we're tied.
Yeah, nice play by Randle. He can take up space in there and has great short area quickness.
Oh, there's the alley. And it's slammed in by Adams.
Yeah, always a good idea to throw it up to Adams and let him stuff it.
For 3, Randle. Eason pulls it in.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
A nice shot by Smith.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Reed for three. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not. I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And they take the lead. Houston has gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. Here's Adams. He gets the shot to fall, and the defender wasn't set. He's called for the block. A three-point opportunity here. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And the free throw, no good. Puts up a deep three. The shot, no good. For three, Smith. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Rockets. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Rockets. Guys?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
We've got Smith, Aaron Holiday out there with Jalen Green. Then it's Tari Eason, and it's Green in at the 5. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. And one guy who's just scratching the surface of his potential, Jabari Smith.
Yeah, he's still very young, still gaining strength, but his upside on both ends is enormous.
Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. Dillingham's checked in for the Timberwolves. Outside, Green. Off target with the 3. The Timberwolves trail. Gobert inside. Working on Green. Gobert gets the bucket.
Outstanding job converting in close. Gobert understands how to execute around the rim.
Knocked loose. Now here's Green. Here's Thompson. Pass to Eason. Launches it. The offensive rebound. Outside, Green. The 3 is up. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2. And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for the Rockets.
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
Another area where they've excelled has been pushing it on the break. They're really getting after it.
Houston making some changes. Dylan Brooks checked in for Eason, and Van Vliet is subbed in for Holiday. The Timberwolves also with a sub. McDaniels is checked in for Clark. Dillingham with the bucket.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Green, a screen. It's Van Vliet with a drive. Green, the pass to Van Vliet. Back to Green. Let's go with a 3. Dillingham with a rebound.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
McDaniels from long range. Gobert inside, defended by Thompson. They now take the lead. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
And you know he's tough on the glass. Easy money there for Gobert.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
KBA, well, the Rockets got a lot more organized with Coach Ime Udoka and their veteran additions, including point guard Fred VanVleet, who said it's just having that poise and presence to slow things down and get guys where they need to be. Rein it in, get some structure, and maximize these guys' potential. BA?
Allie, a great floor general. Thanks for that. Richard, if you look back at the Rockets' history, it's striking how many all-time greats have worn that uniform.
There are so many Hall of Famers. Hakeem Olajuwon, Ralph Sampson, Calvin Murphy, Yao Ming, Elvin Hayes, and that's only to name a few.
Reed tried to bank it in, but it misses. For Houston, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Fires the 3. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. Minnesota has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. They get it again. Outside Reed. There's the triple. Sends it home from three-point land. Reed's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Lets a three fly. It's McDaniels on the wing. From the arc. To the right side. DiVincenzo with it. Green picks him up. Clock at 6. Misses the three.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And there's the lob. Van Vliet against Gobert. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Van Vliet.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Alperen Şengün's checked in for Thompson. Anthony Edwards is checked in for the Timberwolves. Conley comes in for DiVincenzo. It's stolen by Green. Brooks against Edwards. Stolen by Conley. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Pass to Dillingham.
Hey, I don't care what he lacks in height. You have to box him out. He's got a nose for the ball, and he's fearless pounding the glass.
Green with a screen on Conley. From the wing. Reed with the rebound.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, dude, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Pure from three-point range.
Just a smart offensive player. Conley is aware of when he should look to rise and fire. Woo, I love it.
Three-pointer, Van Vliet. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. Now McDaniels. Edwards a screen on Green. The clock runs out, and we are headed to halftime. It's Minnesota. They're up by 6. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. You look at Naz Reid. What a contribution here.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
On the court for Minnesota. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point guard. McDaniels from long range. Outside for Randle. Back to Gobert. Over Van Vliet. Tipped away and stolen by Green. Brooks from outside. Minnesota with a rebound. Outside Conley. Three-pointer. Knocks down the triple. Conley's got 6. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there are still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
Rockets trail by 9. 3-on-3. Green finds Brooks. Van Vliet left side. Brooks a screen on Randle. Van Vliet the pass to Brooks. Alley-oop on top, hammer it home.
Yeah, the textbook pass and perfect execution. Brooks and his guys understand when to attempt alley-oops.
Edwards, that's good.
And just a beautiful looking shot from long range.
And here's Van Vliet. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. And he lobs it up top. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo comes in for Mike Conley. The three. Şengün, no good. Minnesota leading by 8. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Whitmore defending. Counted from distance.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Richard, how about that memorable Rockets winning streak early in 2024?
11 straight wins, look. That's no easy task, no matter who you are playing. The energy in the locker room must have just been off the charts.
Yeah, looking so comfortable out there on the perimeter. Smith has really invested in getting this shot dialed in. Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Well, similarities in the games of Alperen Şengün and Nikola Jokic. A couple years back, Jokic suggested that Houston run their offense more through him, and they have. Jokic said that's going to benefit the whole organization. He wants to pass and play for the team. They'll move when the ball is in his hands. Brian?
Well, Jokic would know. Thanks, Ali.
Oh, what range this kid has. I mean, this proves Smith's ceiling is sky high.
Randall inside. He's against Smith. Here's Gobert. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Smith with a screen on Edwards. Eason can't get it to go. Minnesota leading by 8. DiVincenzo, pass to Alexander Walker. Back to DiVincenzo. From deep three-point range. Outside, Alexander Walker. They get it back. Gobert finds Edwards. Up and over Smith. And Edwards the bucket on the assist by Gobert.
And this is how confident Edwards is. Feels like he can sink these shots whenever he wants.
Smith outside. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Şengün. He drops it from range. Şengün's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And you can see Smith has the vision. Now, it'll be interesting to watch that part of his game continue to develop.
For 3, DiVincenzo knocks it down from distance. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
It seems like every miss ends up in his hands. He's been unreal.
You aren't exaggerating. You don't get to 20 rebounds without having a special talent for grabbing misses.
Well, and a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Thompson and Green are the backcourt set. Jabari Smith out there with Tari Eason. And it's Adams in at the center position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Edwards looking it over. Off the mark there with a 3. Rockets trail by 8. Eason with room. And Conley grabs the miss. Outside Reed. The 3 ball. Another miss by Minnesota.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Adams inside. McDaniels covering. Inside. McDaniels with some nice D.
Great defensive effort to lock down the paint.
Yeah, he's got great position, and it makes it a really tough shot, even from such close range.
Ooh, and Adams, strong finish.
And whenever Adams is aggressive on offense, it helps big time, especially when he's dunking it hard inside.
Brooks, he's checked in for Houston. Van Vliet comes in for Smith. Green against Edwards. Pass to Clark. Back to Edwards. fader on the way. Basket's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 8.
Well, Edwards can be so accurate, making shots look easy at times.
And he's going for the lob. Tries to save it. And here's Reed from deep three-point land. Rebound by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's Green from the arc. The kick out to Van Vliet. Green, a screen. And that one's good. Van Vliet for 3. Van Vliet's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Reed for 3. Rebounded by Green.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
And a deep 3 from Van Vliet. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. They've led by as many as 11. Puts up a deep 3. Rebounded by Green. And here's Van Vliet. He'll bring it up for Houston. A great fourth quarter. Just giving up 2 points.
I understand why he took the shot. They need the points, but that's just not a good look.
Conley against Van Vliet. Back to Daniels. Clark with a screen on Thompson. McDaniels from long range. Hits a three-pointer. McDaniels gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. The floater. Van Vliet misses. The Timberwolves lead by 8. Outside Conley. Lets it go from deep. And another 3 from Minnesota.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Thompson's shot is off. The Timberwolves shooting around 30% since the fourth quarter got underway. Houston now, time running out. Beyond the arc. And a great assist by Van Vliet as that one goes. Van Vliet's got 7 assists in the game. The Timberwolves shooting just 34% so far in this one. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Conley's got 9 points here in the second half.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Van Vliet misses.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy. Both sides are simply waiting for the clock to make it official. This is going to end up in the books as a nice win for the Timberwolves.
I was really impressed with their attitude today, Grant. Competitive game, they battled through every step of the way.
And B.A., can you say big-time effort and energy? I mean, just a tremendous performance. They were well deserving of this win.
And what a huge performance it was for Mike Conley.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
5 on the clock. The jump hook. The bank shot, no good. Van Vliet outside. From deep three-point land. No luck on that one. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they
not be for everyone, but we have a great defensive matchup this evening in this one.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is for me, Kevin. I mean, I like to see defense take center stage sometimes. I love when teams get after it and make it hard for each other to score. And if you're a basketball purist, this is must-watch TV.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. Thompson for 3. Rebound by Williams. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. It's a 3-point game. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Incredible range from Gilgeous-Alexander, making a tough shot look easy.
Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Ime Udoka.
He immediately mentioned that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is at the top of their scouting report. He told me the key to stopping SGA is defending without fouling. Easier said than done, but try to keep him off the free throw line. And try, emphasis on try, to make Shai a jump shooter. A very tall task. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. Here we are sizing up GA. Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
And the 3 ball is good.
On a dime, Shai got right where he wanted for that shot.
Şengün with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. The Rockets again can't hit.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Now here's Van Vliet. Looking to end the run. Sinks the 3-pointer. Van Vliet's got 6 points.
And count on Van Vliet to hit that 3-point shot. He's an efficient scorer from beyond the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Rockets have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Holmgren can't hit. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Trailing by 2. They get it again. Back to Van Vliet. Takes a 3. Van Vliet can't get that one to fall. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 5 from 3-point land here in the first quarter. Dort misses. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander.
2 minutes.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Jabari Smith, he's jacked in for Alperen Şengün. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Alex Caruso, he's jacked in for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And expect smart plays like that from Van Vliet. He is a clever floor general who knows how to create. How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Thunder have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. The Rockets trail. There's Green with the 3. Rebound by Williams. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. That's a miss, his second after 2 shots. Rockets shooting pretty brave so far, about 23%. And Clark, the Rockets, just one of a handful of franchises to win back-to-back NBA titles.
Can you believe that, Kevin? It was roughly 30 years ago that the Rockets did that, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, perhaps the best player in the league at that time. Of course, this was while Michael Jordan was retired from the NBA the first time.
And here are the Rockets now. And some nice passing there by Houston. Fires for 3. Smith, no luck. The Thunder shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Thompson. Van Vliet looking around. The Rockets with another miss. The Thunder with the lead. Dort kicks to Williams. Sinks the triple.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Out to Thompson from downtown. Traps in the tray.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Thunder. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Then it's Cam Whitmore. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Holiday finds Eason. Out to Smith. Here's Whitmore. Misses the 3. Oklahoma City leading by 4. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts. Nail reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And I know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
Drills the three-pointer.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
Pass to Şengün. Now Eason. No scoring in this one. Another miss by Houston. From outside the arc, it's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. So for the Rockets, Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. And it's Fred Van Vliet in for Aaron Holiday. And then for Oklahoma City, Hartenstein comes in for Williams. And it's Dort in for Isaiah Joe. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Pass to Van Vliet. Lets the 3 fly. Knocks down the 3 ball. Van Vliet's got 12 in the game.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. And Coach Mark Daigneault said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow, thank you for the report.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
And a wide open look for Whitmore. And another 3 for Houston. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectation. And this is crucial to Whitmore's development, wanting to continue to improve as a scorer. I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And they get it back. For three, Van Vliet. And no good that time. Oklahoma City trailing. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Wiggins kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Good on the three-point shot. Gilgeous-Alexander's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Thunder.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
The three ball. They get the rebound. Launches a three. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Van Vliet passes to Şengün. Van Vliet against Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer. Van Vliet can't get that one to fall.
Here in the second quarter, he's been cold from distance. I think he may need to adjust his approach.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Pass to Eason. Now Van Vliet. Şengün with the screen for Van Vliet. Van Vliet can't get that one to fall.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Good on the shot. Rockets trail by 7. Van Vliet outside to stop the run. Out to the right wing. Thompson outside. And the call will go against Aaron Wiggins. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. The defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll return shortly.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Runs. Here measuring up the shot.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3. Van Vliet against Gilgeous-Alexander. Van Vliet can't get it to go. The Thunder leading by 6. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Thompson.
And you really have to appreciate the steady effort of Gilgeous-Alexander. The game looks like it comes easy to him, but he is one of the hardest workers on the floor.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
And it's in there.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Van Vliet wide open. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Van Vliet's got 15 points.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Green finds Van Vliet. Fires the 3. Thunder with the rebound. Hartenstein's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Van Vliet on the wing, defended by Dort. Van Vliet outside. Offensive rebound. Şengün kicks to Van Vliet. Fires from deep. Van Vliet can't get that one to fall.
He just keeps firing away from distance. I know he's trying to get himself heated up, but at what cost?
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Van Vliet against Williams, and the wide open shot from Green. The Rockets again can't hit. The Thunder leading by 7. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Strong take by SGA. 6'6" with point guard skills. What a nightmare matchup he is.
Tari Eason's checked in for the Rockets. Alex Caruso is checked in for Oklahoma City. The 3. Caruso grabs the miss. Thunder have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. They grab their own miss. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Right side, Dort. Clock at 6. Goes back up. And that's going to be a travel. Rockets trail by 10. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Rockets are making progress. Coach Ime Udoka said it doesn't happen overnight. Changing habits and things like that takes time. Guys learn and grow at a different pace. My thing is getting us all on the same page. We're not that far off. Kevin, they sure look like they're building in the right direction.
David, they are, and some good vets have helped as well. And we thank you for that report. Craig, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Snatched up.
Uh-oh. Changed his mind on the way up and tricked himself.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul. Houston making some changes. Steven Adams comes in for Şengün. And it's Jabari Smith in for Amen Thompson. And then for Oklahoma City, Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. And Aaron Wiggins is subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Gonna go that time. Rockets trail by 10. From deep, Green. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's Wiggins missing.
And that would have been a spectacular alley-oop. Really difficult to get the timing right on those long.
And it goes down 2 points.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. Van Vliet's a strong finisher for his size.
The Thunder with another miss. Rockets shooting pretty good at 29% since the break. Adams outside. Over Williams. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Driving the lane. Dort passes to Caruso. Fades. It's rebounded by Houston. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Eason. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Eason's got 9.
And you can always count on Van Vliet to make the right play. He doesn't make too many bad decisions when he's got the ball in his hands.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Oklahoma City out in front. They're up by 5. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Then it's Tari Eason. Then it's Cam Whitmore. And it's Holiday in at the point. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Down low, over to the left wing. Smith with a wide open look. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Joe passes to Williams. For 3. Rockets with the rebound.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
And the Rockets making a change here. Van Vliet's checked in. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Dort's checked in. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Smith. Puts up a deep 3. Holiday left side. Smith finds Eason. Back to Smith for the 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Over in the corner, Dort. And stolen by Şengün. Smith on the wing. Kept alive. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Smith again missing. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Kicks it out to Wiggins. It's good from long range.
Well, Dort makes the smart play there. He spots a wide open shooter and just gets him the ball.
Smith outside. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Williams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Rockets trail by 5. Here's Eason. Trains it from beyond the arc.
Wow, look at the damage this young man is doing from deep. And there's another.
And it's a big one. What a performance from long range. Remarkable.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. The Rockets shoot just 30% from the field here in the 4th. And here's Van Vliet from the arc.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the 3s.
And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
In the corner, Şengün with it. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got assist number 5 here tonight.
When the stakes rise, you need guys who will step up and rise with it. Nice play by Şengün.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Rockets, Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Jabari Smith. Dylan Brooks comes in for Tari Eason. And it's Green in for Aaron Holiday. The Thunder also changing it up. Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. Chet Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. And it's Williams in for Alex Caruso. For 3, Van Vliet. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeded. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Hits the 3-point bomb. Van Vliet's got the game tied up here for Houston. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Van Vliet outside. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. It's money from deep.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Van Vliet outside. Jacks up a 3. Van Vliet can't get that one to fall.
He's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. With time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
And what a shot from Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy isn't afraid of the moment. Wow.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit. When you look at it, I think he rushed that three a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Onto the floor for the Thunder.
So it's the Thunder now. 6-point lead. The three-pointer no good. And it's Houston on the break. For three, Van Vliet drains it from downtown. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the three. Here's Carlson.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game-changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
So we see the Thunder.
athlete. On the floor tonight. How do you think it'll play out?
Well, both teams want to run, so in that case, a lot of it comes to which team wants to run back on defense. You can't just outrun people one way. There's going to have to be a lot of intelligence and patience out on the floor tonight.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. McDaniels from long range. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Pass to Hartenstein. And it falls all over the rim and in.
And obviously their goal right now is to feed him the ball and get him going.
Yeah, it's a good start for him. Let's see if they can keep getting him the ball in that area.
Randle can't hit.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
They get it again. Pass to Williams. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. Minnesota has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. A deep 3. Hartenstein pulls it in.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Now here's McDaniels for 3. Knocks down the long J.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randle with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Edwards gets the bucket.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
Williams passes to Dort, and here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Ooh, another miss by Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Edwards fires from way outside, and it's Holmgren with a rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Daigneault said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. And it's Caruso in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
For 3, Randle. Williams grabs the board. For Oklahoma City, they've gone only 3 for 9 from the floor. Wallace misses. Minnesota in the lead. Randle outside. Minnesota again missing. On offense, here are the Thunder. Pass to Wiggins. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
From deep three-point land. Minnesota again missing. And for Oklahoma City, their shooting has not been great early, just 27%. Wallace, the pass to Williams. Corner shot. Wallace misses.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Edwards can't hit.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Williams with it, and it's Gobert picking him up. Williams misses. 2 for 1 opportunity if they can time it right.
Great way to end the quarter.
Outside Conley. 32 seconds left to play in the first. Tipped away. And stolen by Williams. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Here's Wallace. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked.
Substitution on the court.
17 seconds left to play in the first quarter. This one for three. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Outside Joe. He gets it up. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
Yeah, they're going to review that shot to make sure he got it off in time, but I think...
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Oklahoma City ahead, leading by 1. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they were well prepared defensively coming in.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. Dort and Holmgren, a lot of defense at the 3 and the 4 for him. Isaiah Joe is out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Hartenstein in at the center, filling out the middle.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Up to the lob. It's rebounded by Minnesota. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer pro-am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker. And you can already tell Holmgren has an edge to his game. Gets the 3 right back. That's the competitive streak you need as a young player.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And Dort with the bucket. On the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Timberwolves trail by 5. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Nice shot by DiVincenzo.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
From deep, Holmgren. Bullseye! Chet hitting for 3.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
Here's Edwards. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Edwards has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, not sure why he faded away there. Sure looked like he had plenty of space. Yeah, classic block out. You love to see that. Taking care of the defensive block.
Connects from downtown.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
They grab their own miss. Dort for 3. Drops in the 3. So Dort's got 5 points now this quarter.
And these are the shots this team wants Dort taking. He understands his role in this offense.
Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Hartenstein passes to Joe. And stolen by Edwards. Here we go. Takes the 3. And another 3 from Minnesota.
Well, excellent read there by Edwards. He saw someone had a better shot, and he got them the ball.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Joe. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3 from Holmgren. Reed with the rebound for Minnesota. They've gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. Edwards against Dort. Edwards looking it over. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Well, if you have the space, you have to take that shot. He missed it, but he's trying to keep the defense honest.
And he comes up with a bucket. Grant, there are such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, BA, they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Edwards can't get that one to fall. Oklahoma City has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. Here's Hartenstein. That three's off the mark. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota, trailing by 2. There's 37 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 6 shots to fall out of 13 attempts here in the second. Holmgren inside, Reed defending. And it's Holmgren missing.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
For 3, DiVincenzo knocks down the triple. DiVincenzo's got 12. From deep, Holmgren. The shot, no good. It could go. And so it's Dante DiVincenzo making things happen for Minnesota. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. We'll be right back after this word. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. It's been quite a game for Dante DiVincenzo.
And the bulk of his production has been generated along the perimeter.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
Conley and Ant are the one of the 2. McDaniels out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at the 5, down low. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daigneault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one, too, assuming his countryman, Victor Wembanyama, doesn't start taking the reins.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. Offline with a 3. The Thunder have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Pass to Williams. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Count it. Now 5 of 11 for the game.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands this team wants him to be aggressive on offense. Love watching him go to work.
Randle against Holmgren. Goes to the fadeaway. The Thunder have gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And it's Gobert picking him up. Hartenstein. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Edwards got 4 rebounds in the game. Launches it from deep. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Holmgren's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Great touch from deep. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Outside, inside, in between. It doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
Edwards fires from way outside. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Oklahoma City leading by 3.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. Minnesota's gone just 1 of 5 from 3-point range here in the third quarter. From deep. And that one's good from Conley. Conley's got 9.
And you have to guard him out there. I mean, he can do damage from deep, even from way beyond the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Randall deciding where to go with it. Conley up top. Dort defending. Puts up a deep three. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got his 8th rebound here tonight. To the paint. The jump hook. Randall pulls down the board. The Timberwolves trail. Puts up a deep three. The long distance three is buried. McDaniel's got his 2nd basket on the night. 6 lead changes in a game that has a lot of character.
Yeah, both sides stepping up and making big plays.
The Timberwolves have gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the 3rd. And Edwards slams it in. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. Gilgeous-Alexander no good. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 11 in this 3rd quarter. Edwards against Dort. Edwards, the pass to Gobert. Gobert with a screen on Hartenstein. Offensive board. Outside for Randall. From deep. Outside Conley. Edwards, the pass to Conley. Oh, there's the alley. Dort with a steal. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. And he draws body contact. Looks like a blocking foul. He was in the shooting motion, so he'll head to the line. Lou Dort picks one up. Minnesota is shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. No good on the 2nd free throw. Here we go, 1-on-1. And here's Caruso outside. Sends it home from three-point land. Caruso's got 6. Here in the 2nd half, this game's still nip and tuck.
Just an insane amount of lead changes. The fans are getting their money's worth.
3 quarters. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. And Oklahoma City looking at who they've got to start the 4th. Alex Caruso is out there with Aaron Wiggins. Then it's Cason Wallace. Then it's Williams. And it's Joe in at the point.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Wallace misses. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Here's Garza. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Ingles, he's checked in for Garza. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Williams is checked in. And we played through a... Oh, a big slam!
Oh my gosh, the athleticism.
That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
Now Ingles from deep three-point land. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
A great read between those 2 guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These 2 teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Ingles, no good.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Inside. And stolen by Edwards. Fast break, Minnesota.
You might not have expected him to go for the steal there, but boy, oh boy, did it ever work.
Oklahoma City trailing. Caruso with it. DiVincenzo picks him up. Oh, a highlight! What a slam!
Oh, my.
That's the type a move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Reed. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Ingles. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. And the Thunder lead by 3. Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Thunder have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the 4th.
When you need to double clutch to get the shot off, you know the probability is low.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Randle. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Conley. Outside Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. It's McDaniels on the wing. Jacks up a 3. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Stolen by Conley. The 3 is up. The Thunder pull it in.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting around 35% from the field so far. Oh, wasted no time on that one.
Great dime by Gobert. He scans the floor well to find his teammates.
Off target with the 3.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And Edwards slams it in.
Well, you need a bucket, give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene. Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
They can't afford to waste this shot.
Moments like this are what it's all.
Oh, a big slam!
Oh my gosh, the athleticism.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. Stolen by Conley. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. For 3, Randle. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Well, it's just not been his night. He's finding good looks, but they're just not falling.
Here's Wallace. Oh, he drained it from downtown.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Nice looking shot. I mean, especially from that deep. And he's been an ideal teammate tonight. He's really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
And so it's the Thunder who come out on top here. And this was an emotional win for them. No doubt. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Grant Hill.
these teams among the best defensive squads in the NBA. This figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. At the guard positions, Van Fleet in green. Thompson is out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the 5. Bucket is good.
Well, there's a level of activity Fred VanVleet brings to the floor every night. Now he gets into the mid-range jump shot, no problem.
Now here's Edwards. Fires the 3, drills the three-pointer.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so VanVleet will bring it up for Houston. From deep three-point land, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. VanVleet's got 5.
Well, Fred VanVleet says, I am coming right back at you with a three-pointer of my own.
Handle no good. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randall has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
6 on the shot clock. Randall is doubled. Bobbed up there for Edwards. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Rockets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Thompson sets the pick for VanVleet. Offensive rebound. Puts up a deep 3. VanVleet can't get that one to fall.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Now here's Conley from deep three-point land. Şengün with the rebound. For the 3. The Rockets with another miss. For Minnesota, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. A shot by McDaniels, no good. And for the Rockets, they're shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. And here's Brooks from outside. The rebound by Edwards.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Puts up a deep 3. Rockets with the rebound. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch. I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said, we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint won't be easy. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Here's McDaniels. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Puts it up. Brooks misses.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And Blake deciding where to go with it. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Fred VanVleet is such a crafty basketball player. At that size, you'd have to be. Nice job drawing the contact there.
He throw good, VanVleet. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Julius Randle. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. And then for Houston, Jabari Smith, he's checked in for Şengün. Tari Eason comes in for Thompson. And Cam Whitmore's subbed in for Brooks. The Timberwolves trail. DiVincenzo. Shoots over Van Vliet. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Pass to Whitmore. Smith sets the pick for Whitmore. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Always a bonus when points come from unlikely sources. And you can see this guy's been working on that shot.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Takes the 3. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Rockets leading by 4. There's Green with the 3. And falls. Great assist by Van Vliet.
Oh, not even thinking about it. When Green is catching and firing like that, you know he's feeling it. And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Rockets. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
And guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
The other thing that's gone exceptionally well for them tonight is the shooting they've displayed from beyond the 3-point arc.
So on the floor for Houston, Tari Easton is out there with Jabari Smith. And then there's Steven Adams. Then it's Cam Whitmore. And it's Holiday in at the point guard. Timberwolves trail by 4. 3-pointer Randall. The rebound by Steven Adams. Pass to Whitmore. Latrey trains the 3-pointer. Whitmore's got his second basket of the night.
Well, he showed right there. This guy capable of making shots, especially if you leave him that wide open.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Rockets. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
McDaniels, he's checked in for Minnesota. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And it's the Rockets on the break. And it's Whitmore missing. The Timberwolves have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Good on the 3-point shot. Randall's got 6.
Well, so often the guy who sets the screen. In that instance, Julius Randle with the ball in his hands in the pick and roll. Go ahead, Julius.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Here's McDaniels. Off target from outside. Houston's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Rockets leading by 4. Here's the 3. And Whitmore gets it to go on the assist by Holiday. Whitmore's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Here's McDaniels. Another miss by Minnesota.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net. No idea why he's attempting so many outside shots. It's not his day, and he needs to either look to drive or get it to an open teammate.
Pass to Smith. Lets it go with the 3. They get it back from the arc. Good on the triple. And the Rockets lead by 10.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Edwards looking it over. Floats it up for Randall. It's stolen by Adams. It's stolen by Edwards. Tipped away. Shoots a fader. Look at Edwards slotting home the three.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Smith, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Smith's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
And it's Whitmore missing. Timberwolves trail by 6. It's to Randall. Off target from three-point range. And for Houston, they're shooting 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. Houston moving it around. Adams with the screen on Edwards. Here's Whitmore. Out to Smith. Stolen by Reed. Right side, Edwards. And the three off target.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The Timberwolves shooting it disastrous. 25% from the field so far. McDaniels passes to Reed. McDaniels sets a screen for Reed. Timberwolves keep it alive. Dillingham with it. And no good on the last second attempt this time. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Rockets on top, up 6. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Edwards' shot is good.
What a response from Anthony Edwards. If you make a three, he wants to come right back at you.
And a deep three from Van Vliet. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 6.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. And those advanced numbers, Doors, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen.
Rocket 6. Lobs it up there for Brooks. That shot off the mark.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Van Vliet outside. It's stolen by Edwards. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. Randall no good. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Brooks kicks to Van Vliet. Out to Brooks. From deep. Minnesota with the rebound. Outside Edwards for the lead. Great D that time from Van Vliet. Rockets have gone only 1 of 6 in the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. And it's Green missing. Now the Timberwolves with it. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Randall no good. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. They've led by as much as 10. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley. Minnesota making some changes. Clark, he's checked in for Randall. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards. Tari Eason's checked in for the Rockets. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc.
Great job on the glass. Body's down low, needing to fight for position. That's perfect.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Bangs home the trifecta. Thompson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Ahmed will blow right by you.
DiVincenzo passes to Gobert. Outside Conley. Back to Gobert. Over Şengün. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Houston leading by 4. Van Vliet with it. Conley picks him up. Looking to end his cold spell. Out to Thompson. Fires the 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Launches a 3. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Eason finds Thompson. Hands it from downtown. Thompson's got 6.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Gobert with a screen on Green. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Sinks the three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
Minnesota making a switch. Reed's checked in. And then for Houston, Jabari Smith. He's checked in for Şengün. And it's Green in for Amen Thompson. Reed misses.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
And it's Green missing. Timberwolves trail by 4. Now here's DiVincenzo. And the wide open shot from Reed. And he's good on the 3-ball. 6 points for him.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Fires away from way outside. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Rockets lead by 1. And we're cut. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. 4th quarter on the court for the Rockets. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Shepard out there with Williams. And it's Eason in at the 3 spot. Edwards kicks to Gobert. There's the drive. And stolen by Şengün. For 3, Smith. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's poked away. Williams with the steal. Eason with it. Picked up by Edwards. Here's Şengün. Drains it from beyond the arc. Şengün's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Gobert dishes to Edwards. Pass to Reed. The 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Outside Williams. Şengün with the screen for Williams. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Here's Reed. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Rockets trail. Oh, here we go. Şengün's got the fast break chance. The three ball. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. It's tipped. Fast break. Here they come. Williams from outside. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 16th rebound on the night. Fires from deep. Reed misses. Rockets shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. Through the contact from long range, and he almost got the hoop to fall. Instead, he'll shoot 3 at the line.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Minnesota making some changes. Julius Randle's checked in for Gobert. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. The Rockets also changing it up. Brooks checked in for Jabari Smith. Jalen Green comes in for Williams. And it's Thompson in for Shepard.
This guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
Eason against Randle. Pass to Reed. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Randle a screen on Şengün. A clear look for Reed. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Houston. Brooks from outside. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. McDaniels gets to Randle. Three-pointer. Connects from three-point range. Randle's got the lead up to 3 now for Minnesota.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Here's Şengün. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Timberwolves have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, or of 9. Edwards passes to Randle. Back to Edwards. Randle with a screen for Edwards. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Fades back. It's in!
Julius Randle under tremendous pressure with the big bucket.
Eason passes to Green to stop the run. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Stolen by Brooks.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Naz Reid. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Houston. Thompson outside. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. From past the arc, it's not going to go for him. And there's the call on Amen Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
12 seconds left in the fourth. Right side, Edwards. Not enough on that one as it misses. From deep, Green misses. And so the Timberwolves take the win. It was, thank you, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks.